Welcome to the Success in Nail Business Workshop. Whether you wanted to gain more clients or make more money, this is the place to be. The place to become a successful manicurist. I'm Miyu. I used to be a manicurist for 10 years, working with many celebrities at high-end spas and salons, making good amount of money and living comfortably. This is the first in a series of 3 training videos in this workshop where I've been teaching you 4 key components of becoming a successful manicurist. So before I dive in, I want to talk a little bit about myself and why I decided to make this series. I didn't always know what to do. When I first got licensed 20 years ago, I had zero experience, so I had no idea what to do and where to start. So for about 6 months after I got licensed, I checked some local newspapers every week. I know it sounds old, but this is what we did when we looked for a job 20 years ago. And I ended up working at 3 places. But they all had some kind of problems. The place wasn't as clean as I would like, or I didn't feel welcome, or they didn't have that many clients as they claimed at first, or the owner turned out to be a horrible person. So after 6 months of working different places, I was back to job hunting. But one day, I saw in the newspapers that this salon in West Hollywood looking for a manicurist. So I called and booked a job interview. And when I got there, I was blown away. This salon was located on one of the busy streets in West Hollywood, and it was so beautiful. And then later on, I found out that this place was one of the hip and popular salons in LA back then. So, of course, I was so nervous and I thought there's no way that I can get a job. But the owner really liked me and offered me a part-time position. So I ended up working there for 6 years, and this became a place where I grew and learned and accomplish all my dreams. So I had 3 big dreams that I wanted to accomplish as a manicurist. One was to build clientele, 2 was to be written in magazines, and 3 was to work for photo shoot. And I accomplished all of them within the first 2 years. I gained many regular clients, so I was always booked solid, and I got written in some spa magazines and also in Allure magazine as one of the best manicurists. I had some model and actress clients, so they often invited me to photo shoot for books and magazines. But the best part of all was that I was making good amount of money and living comfortably. I was living by myself in West Hollywood. I had a new car, and I was able to take a vacation with my girlfriends. Unfortunately, I got into a car accident and I have to give up on my manicuring career. It's been about 10 years since then, and I'm doing something completely different now. But manicuring career is still one of my favorite and memorable jobs in my life. That's why I decided to make this series. In the past couple years, I heard the manicuring job has become one of the low-paying jobs in America, and the people are barely making ends meet. That breaks my heart, because manicuring job requires a lot of physical work, and our job is as hard as any other jobs in beauty business. We charge a lot less than hairstylists and estheticians. But now a lot of manicurists are making only minimum wage, and that is not okay. So the goal of this workshop is to show you the key components that help me become a successful manicurist in a short period of time. This is what I learned and what I wanted to share with you. So in order to become a successful manicurist, you have to have two things. One is technique, and the other one is the components that I'm sharing with you. So even if you have a great technique but don't know these components, you may be getting settled for less than you're worth and maybe missing out on making the amount of money you could possibly make. So let's get started. In this first video, we're going to focus on finding the right working environment. So if you want to make more money, you have to be where money is. I know it sounds dirty, but that's how it is. So first do some research and find out where rich people live and where they hang out in your city. If you live in LA, where I live, Beverly Hills and West Hollywood will be the top two areas. And if you find it hard, you could simply check Zillow or any other real estate apps and see where all the expensive houses are. And once you find it, look for any salons or spas in that area. Now, I don't necessarily recommend working at salons or spas inside hotels, even if they're high-end. And the reason is, number one, the customers who come into those spas are usually a hotel guest, and they're not local, so it's not an ideal place to build clientele. And number two, I don't know what it is about hotels, but people don't like to go to hotels on a regular basis. There were times that I worked at salon inside the hotels part-time, and I invited some of my clients to come see me, and almost none of them came, even the ones who lived closer to the hotel. But if there's a salon you would love to work at and it happens to be inside a hotel, you could give it a try. It didn't work for me, but it doesn't mean that it won't work for you. So one trick I have for finding a salon is that if you live in a big city, you can look at gossip magazines like Ass magazines or People magazines, like the one with full of gossip about celebrities. Oftentimes, they talk about which salon so-and-so goes to get a haircut, or which salon so-and-so goes to get a massage. So you can use them as a reference to find out where they like to go. And how do I know if it's accurate information? Because the salon that I worked for 6 years had so many celebrity clients, and they were constantly written in those magazines. Now, I have seen some salons claiming they have some celebrity clients on their website, or I have seen a website that has a list of all the spas and salons where celebrities supposedly go to, but you cannot really rely on them because a lot of times the information is not correct. I have worked on many celebrities and some of them were my regulars, so I know they don't go to those places where they claim they do. So once you have a list of all the salons and spas, the next step is to find out if they are looking for a manicurist. If they are, great. You can send them your resume and ask for an interview. But even if they're not, you can still contact them and ask them if they have any opening, even a couple days a week. Because the point of this is to put yourself in a circle of high-end spas and salons. It's a small community, so once you get into the circle, you will start hearing all kinds of gossip about clients and the other salons. So it doesn't matter if you work only a couple days a week in the beginning. This will be a place for you to build a connection with other technicians, and it ultimately will help you find the right place. Now you may be thinking, I'm not confident. How can I possibly work at a nice place? So if your confidence is low because of your technique, I highly recommend you taking some classes to improve your skills. Especially if you just got licensed. What you need the most is to practice. Working on as many people as possible is the only way to boost your confidence. But if you're just scared or uncomfortable working at nice places, all you need is a little push. You have nothing to lose. The worst you could get is that you won't get hired, but the best you could get is the right working environment, people you love to work with, and making more money. But there's more to this that you need to know about. In the next video, we're going to cover how to gain clients and how to make them fall in love with you. This is important because having your own clients is like a gold in the beauty business. Even if you work at a nice salon or work on many celebrities, it wouldn't take you anywhere if you don't have your own clients. But right now, I wanted to know a little bit about you. What does becoming a successful manicurist mean to you? Leave a comment down below for me and let me know. And of course, if you like this video and find it useful, I would like if you click the like button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.